So where I picked, I was in a temperate area, and just to kind of for the purposes of figuring it out, I said somewhere off of Washington. So I pulled up a map of the world to look at wind currents, and I'll pop one into the video right here just to show you. Right. Wind currents go different ways depending on kind of where you are on Earth, right? So where I am, right, the general kind of wind current pattern that I'm going to see is kind of going from kind of bottom left to up. So this is the general pattern of the wind that I would see on my island. Okay, and with wind, you can think of that as carrying storms, right? So storms have water, and that water falls as rain, right? So when rain reaches a mountain, we have something that's called the wind shadow effect. Let me find a blue pen, all right? So my blue is going to be my water, okay? So if I have mountains here, okay, I have a lot of rain that would fall on the mountain side, okay? But the other side is going to be much drier, okay? So I'd expect to see the opposite side of the mountains being dry, all right? And this can carry quite a bit. So these mountains here can actually cause some rain shadow in this area, okay? I'm probably also going to see more rain fall here on these mountains, though possibly a little bit less due to the impact of these. Rainfall on this side, okay? So ultimately, like, this is my wet side, right? And then this side, I might see more of a desert. And this doesn't always have to be like a super strong desert. It could be that sometimes the wind comes kind of more at this angle, so we still might get some water up here. That's kind of for you to interpret for your area, right? But those things help you figure out where you might find find forests and deserts in your area. So if I pull out my actual map, so using my map I just made, okay, thinking about this, right? My areas where it's more blue are areas where maybe there's going to be mountains. I mean, not mountains, forests. Now, you often, you can see different things. I can see plains where it's mostly grass. I can see forest, right? So on mine, I think that over in this area, maybe I see a forest. I think I'm going to see kind of a big forest in this section. Maybe there's a lot of forested area there. And I'm going to go with maybe a little bit of forest here and here, okay? So those are my forests, all right? I'm just going to write a little F in them so I remember. All right? Now, you can do a forest just as like a little tree, right? Or you can do whatever type of decoration you want, right? And then with mine, I've decided I'm going to have some desert here, all right? So this is where I kind of have my rain shadow effect going on. Maybe a little bit of like desert here, right? And then I think I'm going to have like a big section of desert in this area. All right. And you can decide how you want to do those. Maybe you're like, I want to draw little cactuses on it to represent the desert. All right. Maybe you do some lines representing sand dunes, right? Sand dunes is like when sand gets blown by the wind. Okay. We see kind of lines from the sand. All right. So I'm going to put it on time lapse and I'm going to show you how I draw. All right, you guys, so I talked to you a little bit on this map of what would happen for my area where the winds are coming from. But what if my winds were coming from a different direction? So we're thinking about a different part of the map, So let's say that I was thinking about a map and my winds came, we'll just think the complete opposite. So instead of from bottom left to upper right, they're going from upper right to bottom left. Okay. And your winds could also go straight across. Okay. But my winds are going this direction. All right. So if we remember on my first map, all right, orange was desert, or at least area that was dry, and blue was wet. So where it's hitting the mountains is going to be dropping a lot of water. So I'd see water on this side. All right. I'd probably see it all along this mountain range that kind of traverses most of it. All right. Probably see a little bit more here, though I would have dropped a lot of water on that side. Okay. I would see a large desert area here. Okay. Which isn't to say there can't be any green there, but I'm going to see a lot of desert, and maybe I'd see some desert here as well. Okay. So if I think about mine too, I mean, I'm seeing, as you might expect, kind of the opposite situation. So right side dry here, blue side wet, because the side the wind hits first is going to drop the water. Right? This side wet, because that's the side from this direction the wind hits first. All right. So you want to look at where your place is and think which direction the winds are going to be moving and how that might drop water. All right?